the Bill Fralick Athletic Center at UHAS McGinley Stadium at Penn Hills High School. This is the Coach's Corner. Along with our Coach of the Week, Roland Askernes, I'm Bill Navari. Roland, great to have you on the show again. It's been 10 years since you were on the show, and then you were a Senior of the Week, a member of the 2000 team. A wide receiver then.
Right.
Now you're the linebackers coach.
I'm the linebackers coach.
Now, how did that come about?
When I went up to Clarion University, went there, put on some weight. They moved me to linebacker, made some hits up there, and came down here, auditioned for the position, and here I am.
What did Clarion see from a wide receiver that they wanted to move you from that position into the linebacker spot?
They like their linebackers to be speedy guys that can move and who can hit at the same time. So they put me on
you back on the linebacking crew.
Yeah.
Were you eager to go from offense over to defense, or were you a little trepidatious, wondering just what the heck they were up to?
Yeah, I was a bit eager. It was exciting being part of the hitting and the thought process that goes through with being a linebacker. There's just a lot more work involved, and so
now you're back here at your alma mater,
right?
The linebackers coach, a school with a history of some great linebackers
right.
that have gone through here.
Mm-hmm.
What are you bringing from your experiences from Clarion to Penn Hills High School?
From the schemes, everything to our drops, to our footwork placement, where our shoulders should be, what foot we should step with when we go to tackle, to some of the basic things. Try to make it easy on these guys so that they can make big plays and be successful college football players.
Do the schemes change week to week from linebackers, from opponent to opponent, or do you pretty much simplify it into relatively the same types of things that these guys have to do? Yeah,
it's pretty much the same thing. For a second there, we were switching up schemes a little bit, but the responsibilities still remain the same. So far as foot placement, the gaps may change a little bit. The basics, still got to keep outside contain, still got to stop the ball from being ran over the middle of the field, still got to get to your drops,
Is it the type of position where you really need to watch the films of your opponent, like some of the things, like maybe the defensive backs or the line or whatever? Do the linebackers really need to read that as much as everyone else?
I would like them to. I would like them to read everything from the linemen to the running backs to the quarterbacks all at the same time. But every team changes from week to week, so it's a good idea to get in a good bit of film work in order to get down their tendencies.
This week's is Kiski Area Cavaliers. A team that likes to run the football, a team that also likes to throw the football
right.
whenever they kind of bait you with the run. What have you seen in their films that you're preparing for this week?
We're preparing for some of the misdirection stuff. They like to run some of the option things. They got some good backs that'll get up the field in a hurry if we don't hit them right away. We have to be disciplined against these guys. They do some halfback passes to their speedy wide receivers, and we just got to be over top of these things.
They're kind of a team that you really have to be disciplined and,
right.
and playing your roles, playing your zones, and your alleys and everything else. I mean, you have to play that position and not be baited into something else.
Right, because we have a gap control defense, which means these guys, our players, have to stay in their gaps, maintain their responsibilities, or else we're going to get burned against a good team like Kiski.
The Indians have an opportunity with a win this week to take on Woodland Hills next week for the runner-up position
right.
in the conference, barring a Central Catholic complete collapse. But for all intents and purposes, we're looking at the runner-up spot. Are these kids aware of what is ahead of them? That they have to win this week and have an opportunity again next week to get that home playoff game?
Yeah, I think they are. The guys, they're pretty focused coming into this week. Going into last week, they were pretty focused. So they know what's at stake here. They know we got to continue to win to get to where we want to be, which eventually we would like to get to the championship, but we're taking it one game at a time.
Well, best of luck to you. I appreciate you coming on in. It was nice to see you.
Hey, nice.
10 years later.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
I'm glad that you're able to come in and join us. Best of luck Friday night and obviously for the rest of the season, and we wish you continued success.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Our Coach of the Week, Roland Askernes of the 2010 Penn Hills Indians. Coming up next, our Seniors of the Week as the Coach's Corner continues. Our Seniors of the Week, Phil Morford, Vince Pampina, and Shaquille Madison of the 2010 Penn Hills Indians. Phil, they say as the quarterback goes, so goes the team. The last 2 weeks, 2 wins, over 500 yards passing. What's with the big turnaround as far as the offensive numbers for the Indians?
Not really sure. Coach is just letting me play my game, make my checks at the line, play the way that we should be playing this week. So hopefully we get the big win again.
A big reason, obviously, are the receivers. Able to hold on to a lot of catch and runs. And Altoona Chaz with a couple of catches that he turned a lot of yards after the catch into touchdowns. Corey Jones has been out for you all, doing very well all season. Corey with an ankle injury last week. He's one of your favorite targets, so you're going to have him again this week.
We're actually not sure yet. It's going to be a game-time decision. He's been working out, running routes today. They said he looked good, so it's up in the air right now.
When you come out and it's a passing play, is there one particular receiver you're looking for, or do they have you look at 2, 3, or have to look at everybody?
I'm actually reading the defense first. I make my pre-snap read, and then I work my progressions. I have a first receiver, and then I work so on and so forth.
What in the defense do you look for?
I look for if it's a cover 2 or a cover 3, where the linebackers are playing, how the corners are playing, if they're playing up or if they're playing back, and what kind of front it is.
Do the coaches allow you to audible at the line of scrimmage, or is it a play that comes in as a play that you go with?
They allow me to make checks and everything at the line, yes. They trust my decision-making and let me have free reign of the offense.
Kiski this week, another big conference matchup as we go out to Vandergrift. What have you seen in Kiski's films that you're going to try to exploit Friday night?
They run a lot of cover 3, and the seams are going to be open, along with a lot of traps and ISOs. So hopefully we can run and pass the ball tomorrow.
Any idea, any guesstimations on who's going to be who the big numbers are going to be on?
Hopefully it's going to be everybody. I like to spread the ball around. Hopefully we all get into the action.
Well, let's hope they all do, and hopefully the numbers are just as large once again this week as in 2 weeks from now, or next Friday night, actually almost a week from now. Woodland Hills comes into town with an opportunity, hopefully with a win this week, to be the conference runners-up and get a home football game. Is the team preparing for that, being focused as far as just keep winning?
We're excited to play Woodland Hills, but we're not looking past Kiski. We want to stay focused at the game at hand and go one game at a time.
Vince Pampina, a very important element in the Indians game is the kicking game. A couple of nice field goals this year already. The kicking game coming along real nice. However, an injury to our favorite kicker. You going to be back on the field this week, and what exactly happened?
Yeah, I'm going to be back on the field this week. It was just on the one kickoff. I pulled a quad muscle a little bit, and then on the extra point that I ended up missing, I pulled it a little more. So I went to the trainer. The trainer said to take it easy the rest of the game, and we had our backup kicker, Peter Gula, and so he came on strong. He made his extra points, and his kickoffs weren't bad either.
What's your kicking style? Are you one of the old-time straight-on kind of kickers, or do you prefer that soccer style?
So I'm pretty much a soccer style kicker. I'm a big soccer player too, so I've been kicking like that pretty much the whole life since I was playing midget football.
Does it make that much of a difference kicking it soccer style as opposed to the old-time straight-on type of George Blanda type kicking?
Well, for me, I've always been used to kicking a ball with my laces, and so I've never really kicked with my toe ever. And whenever you kick soccer style, you're kicking laces, you're kicking toe pointed down. The old style kickers usually kick toe, and if I tried that, I'd probably break a toe. So I keep with the soccer style.
So how often on the sidelines you just kind of, as a kicker, kind of think, I'm rooting for overtime. I'm rooting for that. Come on, let's get in a tie game late. Let's get that down, move down the field, or we're down by 2. Let's get Phil down inside there. Let's not punch it in. Let's get the kicker out there to be the hero. And do you ever, does that ever kind of go through your mind sometimes?
I mean, I'm pretty sure every kicker wants that opportunity. I know we had a couple kickers in the past, like Steve Neese and Mike Delaquila, that made long field goals at the end of the game to win them. They like the glory and everything. But honestly, I just want my team to do good and win big every game. I want a good team and get to maybe states, hopefully. So
Well, I hope you get to stage 2 because I get to go with you. Best of luck to you. Let's get on to the end to Shaquille Madison, the big Shaq attack down there. Shaq, these two guys over here to your right depend on you quite a bit to keep them from being down on the field, so to speak. Do you ever require that they slip you some candy bars or anything else just to make sure that you're looking out for their backs?
I just look for them to make plays and all that. I did my job, so they do their job. Give them time. You're
a big part of the line, literally and figuratively as well. Do you guys find that teams try to prepare to how they prepare for you? I mean, offensively and defensively, how they can try to get around you or how they're going to block you. I mean, do you sometimes find that you think that they're doing game plans just for you?
Last year when I played defense, I realized they were more trying to double team me, which opened up our defensive tackle from last year, Aaron Donald, to make big plays. So I'd say when they see me on film, they would try to adjust to me being right there.
And it opens up things for other players, as you mentioned last year with Aaron. Sometimes you might want to get frustrated that you're not making the plays, but you stop and think about it that, that's still part of making the play is that they're taking an extra guy on you to free up somebody else.
Football is a team sport, You do what you do to help your team. So if you have to do something and you're not in the play, you're still doing something to help your other teammate make the play. So,
how big are you? Just let everybody know. I mean, I know what it is, but tell everybody just how big you are, how tall you are, and how much you weigh.
I'm 6'5". I'm 335, somewhere around there.
So you haven't hit your growth spurt yet, though. I mean, you're still looking to put on a few more inches, right?
Yeah.
Is football your first love? I mean, as far as sports wise, or is there anything else that you're involved with?
Yeah, I like football. I was thinking about playing basketball this year. I've been talking to the coach lately, but I'm focused on football right now, so I wouldn't be able to do anything right now.
At 6'5", can you touch the rim without hardly jumping or tiptoeing? I mean, how far from the rim can you almost get?
Probably halfway up the net.
Just from standing there.
Yeah.
Speaking of all the short people in the world, God bless you. Just wondering what it was like. I could hardly jump 4 inches off the ground. Even on my best day. But the team playing very well right now. A big part of it has to be the offensive line. Phil's putting up big numbers, but when he does that, I mean, is that something that kind of rallies the offensive line and a sense of pride, knowing that he's able to have the time back there to get these passes off and put up those numbers?
Yeah, when you're on the offensive line, you feel good when you make a play because that play would have never happened if you weren't there. You give the quarterback time and running backs holes, and you open up big plays with just a simple block. It feels good.
So make sure one of these games when, your quarterback puts up big numbers, he takes his offensive line out for pizza or something. You make sure you hold him to that now.
Yeah, I hold him to that.
What are your plans for after graduation?
I'm hoping to go into college, probably playing football. I've been looking at certain schools. I'm not really sure where I want to go yet, though.
You getting any offers from anybody just yet?
Not at the moment. I'm hoping to.
Well, they usually start coming out in about January or so. But just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm sure that you're going to be getting some telephone calls and knocks on the door fairly quickly. Best of luck to you, Shaquille Madison.
Thank you.
Vince Pampina, we'll come back down the line to you. You can go to the pizza parties, too, because you tack on the extra points.
Good. I like to eat.
What are your plans for after graduation?
Hopefully I'm going to study in sports medicine up at UPJ, Cal U, or even Pitt, Maine, hopefully, be with Aaron Donald. But I really want to try and get on the soccer team. But if I'm getting offers for kicking, I wouldn't mind doing that either. I mean, I love both sports pretty much equally, and I like the physicality of football a little more. Soccer's a little more of a passive sport. But either sport would do me in college.
Well, let's throw a little shot to one of the soccer teams. We had a victory the other night in soccer, which had been a long time coming here.
Yeah, I mean, the team's played good all year. We've had close games, but finally we got our first win senior night in our last game, too. But I'm proud with the season. We did good. Our offense was good this year. So hopefully good luck to next year's team.
Well, congratulations on the win. Best of luck the rest of this season. Philip, I know you're kind of squirming here, wondering what we're going to be asking you. I kind of asked those two guys the same question. So when is the pizza party?
Pizza party, I told them at the beginning of the season, if we average 30 points a game, they all get pizza. So if we average 30 points a game, they'll get their pizza.
Are we getting close to that yet?
If we keep going the way we're going, I think we might get there.
Well, it's Shaq over there. He's smiling away. You can see he's looking forward to it. What are your plans for after graduation?
I'm not sure where I'm going to college yet. I want to get into something with architecture, and probably not going to play football in college. If someone wants to give me a scholarship, I'll go play for them. But my main focus right now is education.
I have to tell you, just as an aside from all the questions, is that, as we go through all these seniors of the week, and I talk to everybody, that it's always, encouraging, that everybody always talks about that they're going to be going on to education after they graduate. Occasionally you have somebody who's going to go into the military or something else, but we never get anybody who says, I don't know, I think I'm just going to go, cut grass. But everybody always seems to want to go to school. Is that the kind of thing that this program instills in its athletes, that it goes beyond football and it goes beyond high school and you just continue that education?
Most definitely. Coach Graham does a nice job with the study table and everything after school, the tutoring for kids that actually need help with their education. He pushes that it's student before athlete, and that's the way it should be. Because without education, you're not allowed to play.
And there's really much else you can do either without that education. Well, thanks, guys, for coming in and talking to us. Best of luck to you, not only for the rest of the season, but also in what you do once you leave Penn Hills High School. Our seniors of the week, Phil Morford, Vince Pampina, and Shaquille Madison of the 2010 Penn Hills Indians. Coming up next, it's the Indians and the Kiski Area Cavaliers out at Davis Field in Vandergrift, and it's coming your way next. From Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, tonight the Penn Hills Indians take on the Kiski Area Cavaliers in a Quad East conference matchup. A very pleasant good evening to you. I'm Bill Navari. Tonight's game brought to you by Sembauer Meixel Incorporated. For all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs, call Sembauer Meixel at 241-0195. Time to get those furnaces checked for winter. Call Sembauer Meixel, 241-0195. And by Mr. Water Heater. Call them at 1-866-MR-W for the best prices and the fastest service. Call Mr. Water Heater or see them online at MrWaterHeater.com. The Indians have won the toss. They've elected to receive. They will be moving left to right. Cavaliers down to our right in the blue helmets, blue jerseys and gold trim, and the blue pants with gold trim. Indians with the red pants, the white shirts, and the gold helmets off to our left. Indians 4-3 on the season, 3-1 in the conference. The Cavaliers are 2-5 on the season. The Indians with an opportunity tonight to, with a victory, to go into a big matchup next Friday night against the Woodland Hills Wolverines for the runner-up position in the Quad East Conference behind the Central Catholic Vikings. The winner next Friday night will presumably have a home playoff game to start the first round of the Quad East Conference play. Malik Blakeman and Hunter James back for the Indians. And this one's going to be a short little pooch kick. The Indians are going to pick it up. No, they're going to fall. It's still on the field. And I believe the Indians have finally fallen on it. Yes, they have. Aaron Bailey with the recovery. And the Indians take over at the 26-yard line. Indians big winners last week against Fox Chapel, hoping to carry the momentum of 2 straight victories into tonight's contest. Phil Morford, the quarterback, brings the Indians to the line on an empty set. Has a slot off to his left. He'll split wide. That's onto James, and he'll have twins to the right side. Double tight on this side, and James will come in. It'll be the reverse handoff to James. Stopped in the backfield, it will appear, and the Cavaliers will throw him to the ground at the 17-yard line. Will be a loss of 9. It's second down and 19 now for the Indians after a loss of 9 from the 17-yard line. Chaz Whitaker will split to the left. Jones, James, and Williams. to Morford's left. He'll toss left side. Indians with a lane. Roberson up the right side. Has a big hole. Roberson across the 40, the 51 man to beat. Nobody will catch Roberson as the official rules at the 35-yard line. And Terrell Roberson, 83 yards on the toss left. And the Indians get on the board first.
That was Terrell Roberson for Penn Hills for the touchdown.
Roberson took the pitch left. Followed a couple of blocks. Just went up the sideline, and Kiski just wasn't able to catch him. An injured official, the one who fell, is getting looked at by the training staff, and he'll stay on. Ames to snap, Morford to hold. Pampina to try the point after. Touchdown coming with 10:53 to go here in quarter number one. Pampina's kick is up and out of the stadium. And with 10:53 to go, first quarter, it's Penn Hill 7, Kiski nothing. You are watching Indians football on Comcast. Pampina looking to tee it up his own 40-yard line. Let's recap the Indians' drive. 2 plays, 74 yards. James, the loss of 9, and then Roberson, 83 yards on the toss left. And the Indians are up 1:07 into the game by a score of 7-0. One of the 4 remaining grass fields in the Quad A, Penn Hills, Kiski, Latrobe, and Shaler. Remember last year we played in a big slop pile out here. Field in great shape tonight. Beautiful night for football in Western PA. And Pampina's kick taken at the 5-yard line. And the Cavaliers will get up across the 26 where they will get started. Terry Wilson on the tackle. Start at their own 26. Cavaliers motion right, keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there for Tim Johnson. He runs into the arms of Trayvon Hester for a short gain, pickup of about 2. And the Cavs looking at a 2nd down and 8. Clock running under 10.5 to go here in the first quarter. If you're joining us late, 7-0 Penn Hills. Cavs go right side, nothing doing there. Aaron Fry runs into Tariq Hester for no gain. And it'll remain, go to 3rd down and 8. Nice shot there of the Indians defense. Nice to see Corey Jones there, number 9 at the bottom of your screen. Back in action after injuring his ankle last week. Cavaliers from the shotgun. Looked like they moved early, nothing called. Near side, up the sideline, they have a man open, and the pass is almost intercepted by Corey Jones. Got a hand on it, and the pass will be incomplete. Leonard Graham, the intended receiver, and the Cavaliers will go 3 and out with 9:32 to go here in the first quarter. Jones will go deep. James in front. Corey back at about his own 35-yard line. James just on his side of the 50, now dropping back to the 45. Indians almost get to it. That was Jaquan Williams. Indians let the kick die, and the Cavaliers will officially deaden it at the 38-yard line. Jaquan Williams coming from the left side. Almost got in there to block the kick. but Kiski able to get the ball away, and the Indians will start at their own 38-yard line with a 7-0 lead here with 9:19 to go in the opening quarter. Second drive of the game for the Indians. First one was 2 plays. An 83-yard run by Terrell Roberson. It will be in the eye behind Morford, with Tariq Hester in front. Play action, Morford rolling to his left, penalty flags fly. Morford with some room to run, gets across to 40, 45, and he'll be dropped down there. We'll check the penalty flags are in the backfield. Looks like this one will probably be coming back, and it will. So you check the call for the Indians. Morford picks up 7, but it appears that it will be for naught. Procedure call against the Indians will march them back 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15 instead of second down and 3.
Legal procedure call against the Indians. After the mark off, first and 15. And line. First and 15.
I formation remains behind Morford. In motion will be Jones. And it's going to be Roberson with a hole on the left side. We'll get the penalty yards back. Roberson will pick up 5.
Blue defense squirms his way.
And Indians looking at a second down and 10.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. Got the second and 10. McLaren. And Everett comes up with a stop.
Aaron Bailey will be up front in the eye. Roberson deep. And Bailey will be the first man through. Will slither his way across the 40. Out to the 43-yard line. Pickup of another 5 for the Indians.
Wrapped up, brought down. Johnson at the bottom of the pile. Corey Alley. And Chris Zapping.
And the Indians will be looking at a 3rd and 5. Clock under 8 minutes and running here in the opening quarter. Still 7-0 Indians.
Nose of the ball at the 43-yard line of Penn Hill.
Whitaker splits to the near side, I formation behind Morford. Morford will look towards Whitaker, has him at the 48-yard line, cuts back, gets up across the 50, will have a first down after a pickup of about 7. And the Indians with their second first down of the game. First one coming on Roberson's touchdown run.
Not before the Indians picked up first down, right in midfield strike.
Indians right on the 50.
First and 10.
Whitaker split left. That's Jones at the bottom of your screen. I formation. Bailey in front of Roberson. Roberson with a hole left side. Has another first down for the Indians and almost broke that as he got inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. 11 yards for Roberson.
Timmy Johnson on the tackle. First down.
Who unofficially has 99 yards.
11 yards. First and 10, Penn Hills.
Morford rolling to his left, has room to run, throws it downfield, and the pass is picked off. Fry with the pick. Morford had some room to run, unloaded it right to a Cavalier. And the Cavaliers get the ball back with 6:10 to go.
Turnover to Kiski. Kiski Cavs will take over their own 37, first and 10. Todd McDermott completes the court. The press ball. Todd McDermott.
Cavaliers offense on the field once again. We'll toss to Wilson near side, looking for somewhere to go. Onto James, just misses him in the backfield. Roberson also finally riding him out of bounds is Chaz Whitaker after a pickup out to the 45-yard line. They'll give him the 46 for a gain of 9.
Chaz Whitaker puts it on a bounce. Gain of 9. Second down.
And it'll be second down and a yard for
For the Big Blue.
the Cavaliers. Wilson, the lone setback. In motion will be Fry. Fry goes right side, and the Indians will drop him for a loss back at the 44-yard line. Tariq Hester will drop him for the loss of 2.
Number 89.
And Javon Kirkland.
Hester, number 55 on the stop. Bring up the third down after a loss of 2.
Aaron Fry, the senior running back.
Third and a long 3.
6'3", 182, 6'0", 175. Joseph Cosentino, the quarterback, will roll to his right, looking for somewhere to go. Kirkland to change. Cosentino will have the first down. Sharkey will finally bring him down along with Chaz Whitaker at the 44-yard line. 12-yard pickup, and the Cavs with their first down. Excuse me, James Proctor with the tackle. Tackle stop for a moment with 5:14 to go in the first quarter. The Indians up by 7.
12 by Constantino. First and 10, Fighting Cavaliers.
Cavs near side.
Graham tries that left side.
It's Leonard Graham, Jaquan Williams, and Sean Sharkey on the tackle after pickup of 5.
Sharkey, number 27, and also number 3, Williams on the stop. Second down, let's make it 5.
Cavaliers with a boost of confidence after the interception.
Ball at the Indian 30 now.
Now down to the Indian 39-yard line. Fry in motion, Cosentino with the play action. Rolling to his right, looking for somewhere down the field. Has a man in the pass. Almost caught, almost intercepted, and almost caught again. But it falls incomplete. And brings up a third down and 5. Wilson will be held short of the first down. A host of Indians.
Wiles and Sway first to the 37-yard line.
Down to the 38. Pickup of 1. It'll be fourth down and about 4 for the Indians.
Fourth down and 4. Hester on
Air
the stop.
good. Hester.
And
Kirkland.
58, Mike. Air good.
All in on the tackle, and the Cavaliers will punt. 4th and 4 at the 38-yard line. The Indians have started from this position before. I don't know why the Cavaliers wouldn't want to go for it. I think the Indians should be wary of the fake. Jones will drop deep inside his own 10-yard line. The Cavaliers will indeed kick it away. And Jones will watch this one hit at the 20-yard line and go dead at the 12. 3:21 to go, first quarter. Penn Hills 7,
Jones backs off the punt.
Cavaliers nothing. You are watching Indians football on Comcast. Bailey in front. Whitaker split to the near side. Twins off to the left. That's Corey Jones wide, joined by Jaquan Williams. And it'll be Roberson who will be hit in the backfield, but gets back to the line of scrimmage, I believe. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Stood up by that center of that blue line.
Roberson still at 99 yards rushing.
Berdovich also number 79. 2nd, 10, Canadian.
Roberson again, left side has a hole into the secondary of the Cavaliers, holds on to the football, drags Cavs out across the 25, still moving his feet across the 30 and down to the 31-yard line. 19 yards for Roberson, who is now over 100 yards on the night. 118 to be specific.
Johnson and Brungo finally get the stop. First down, Indians.
And all here in the first quarter.
8-19, 1st and 10, Penn Hills.
Roberson finding a crease up to the 35 for a gain of 4.
Wrapped up by number 24, Jacob Fusco. Making a gain of 4. Goes to the ball.
Clock at 1:45 and running. 7-0 Indians, who started quickly.
2nd down, 6.
On their second possession, threw an interception after driving down the field. This is the 3rd time they've had the ball this quarter. This drive starting back at their own 12-yard line. Terrell Roberson over 100 yards tonight, unofficially 123. And Roberson will add on to that one and another first down out to the 46-yard line. We'll tack on another 11.
Roberson with the ball. Sneaking to a crack.
And the Indians will, in fact, have
7-yard line.
a first down.
Penn Hills, no first down. Johnson and Berdovich on the stop for the Cavaliers.
Tyler Swatchik at center for the Indians. Airgood to his right, Hester to his left.
That was a gain of
Ames and
11.
Airgood are the guards. Roberson with a big hole, and Roberson still on his feet, fighting his way down to the 35-yard line.
On the carry.
Another 19 yards for Roberson
Johnson on the stop. Kiski Area Cavaliers.
as the first quarter is winding down.
That's a gain of 19
Under a minute.
for Roberson.
Airgood and Hester are the guards. Hester to the left of Swatchik, Airgood to the right. Big Shaq Madison, tackle to the right side. Kirkland, the tackle to the left. And Roberson again, why not go with the hot hand? Picks up
Roberson
2 yards.
Stopped, stood up by Zaccanini. And McClaren, number 69. That's a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9.
Excuse me, Ames is the tackle to the left. That's Kirkland is the tight end. Blakeman now deep in the eye. And the quarter will wind down. After 1, Penn Hills 7,
Hill, 7.
Kiski nothing. You are watching Indians football on Comcast.
We ask that you adhere to that policy. Thank you. Back to the action.
Indians now moving down to our left. Blakeman
Kiski, 34.
resting Roberson. And it'll be Blakeman on the counter. Will lose 2 yards. Nice defensive play by the Cavaliers to get the paw out. To drop Blakeman on the
Blakeman
counter.
carry.
And the Indians will be looking at 3rd down and 11.
Loss of 2. Everybody stop. 3rd down, long 10.
Morford looking left side. Jones stumbled to pass, picked off. The Cavaliers returning it. Hester, Aragood, and Swachik all on the tackle at the 45-yard line. Second interception of the night for Morford. Say of a Morford pass. And the Cavaliers will have it at their own 45-yard line.
On their own 45, first and 10. Big Blue.
Pick coming with 11:09 to go here in the first half. The Cavaliers trailing by 7. Twice now, the Indians' offense ending in interceptions. Cosentino will throw. Looking down the sideline, has a man. Blakeman, nice job on the coverage. The pass incomplete.
Pass from Cosentino. Graham falls incomplete.
Blakeman was step for step with Graham, looking back for the football. Nothing called, as there shouldn't have been. And it's second down and 10. It's like it's a little chilly out here, Bob. We're up on the roof this year of the press box.
Second down.
Cavs go on the end around, and they don't get anything.
Graham stopped by James for no gain.
Tariq Hester on the tackle. And it'll be no gain.
Make it third down and 9.
Maybe one. We'll call it third and about 9. Long 9. Cosentino under center on the third and long. Straight drop, trying to set up the screen. The Indians are there. Pass underneath, complete to Fry. Chris inside the 45, out of bounds at the 43. Williams and James on the tackle. They'll give them the 42-yard line.
James on the stop.
12 yards on the reception underneath, and the Cavaliers will have a first down at the Indian 42. It looked like the Cavaliers tried to set up the screen, but the Indians came too quick for Cosentino. Went to the safety valve underneath, which was Fry, and he was able to pick up the first down. And around again, and nothing doing there. Unto James will drop Leonard Graham for a loss of 2.
Loss of a couple.
And it'll be second down and 12.
Back to the 44. Make it second and 12 for the Big Ten.
Johnson up the middle into the arms of Trayvon Hester for no gain.
No gain.
And the Cavs will be looking at a third and 12.
Trayvon Hester, number 55. Javon Kirkland, number 89 on that spot. No gain, third and 12.
Cosentino, straight drop, rolling to his right, avoids one man, throwing down the sideline, has a man in a pass out of bounds. Blakeman caught it, but was out of bounds, and he knew it. And it brings up a fourth down for the Cavaliers with 8:36 to go here in the first half. The Cavs trail just by 7. Terrell Roberson's 83-yard touchdown run on the second play of the game, the difference.
Blakeman was on that cover for Penn Hills.
James will drop back. The Indians are playing for the fake on a 4th and 2.
Deep.
Cavs will kick it high, deep. James fakes the fair catch, takes an Indian bounce, and we'll go dead at the 12-yard line, about where Unto James was standing. 8:25 to go, first half. Penn Hills 7, Kiski Area nothing. You are watching Indians football on Comcast. Roberson on the counter, goes right side, has a hole, carries Cavaliers out to the 19-yard line. They're going to give them the 20, a pickup of 8.
Second down, making 3.
Roberson toss this side, penalty flags fly. Roberson looking for somewhere to go, avoids the first man, but then is out of bounds at the 20-yard line for no gain. We'll check the penalty flag. It looks like it'll be against the Indians.
Out of bounds, there's a flag on the play. He's run out of bounds.
Well, the Cavaliers have a choice of 3rd and short or 2nd and long. I think you go with the 2nd and long. And that's what the Cavaliers are going to do after a discussion.
That one was accepted by the Cavaliers. That'll bring it back to the 15-yard line. And we'll replay the down, 2nd and 8.
Four receivers set for the Indians. Roberson alone setback. And Morford will drop. Rolling to his right. Flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield. Will tuck it under and run. Morford will scramble for the first down, it does appear.
Morford, the quarterback, scrambles to the right side and out of bounds.
Well, marking at the 24-yard line. That should be good enough for first down. 9 yards on the pickup.
It is a first down. First down, Penn Hills. It's gain 9. Those are ball, 24-yard line in the Indians.
First and 10 Indians at the Kiski area 24-yard line. 7:10 to go here, second quarter. Penn Hills 7, Kiski nothing. Terrell Roberson an 83-yard touchdown run on the second play of the game. Vince Pampina the point after. So we stand at 7-0. Roberson looking for somewhere to go. Wilson will come on to make the tackle at the 29 after a pickup of another 5 for Roberson, who had 135 yards rushing in the first quarter.
Roberson on that carry. Zaganini on the stop. 8 and 5. Second and 5.
Roberson brought down hard after a pickup of 3 out to the 32-yard line. The Indians will be looking at a 3rd and 2. Clock approaching 6 minutes and running here in quarter number 2.
And Emery. Credited with the tackle. 3rd down and 2.
Hester in front, keep your eye on him. It's Roberson deep. And it'll be Roberson who has a hole. Roberson into the secondary across the 45. In fact, it'll mark him right at the 45 after a pickup of 13. And another Indian first down.
16-yard gain. Aaron Klein stop. First and 10 Indians.
Morford right side looking for Jones, has a step and almost comes up with it.
Pass broken up by Bronco. Intended to Corey Jones.
Jones showing that speed up the sideline, almost comes up with it. Pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up a second down and 10. Clock will stop with 5:11 to go.
Second down for Penn Hills. At the around 45-yard line. Roberson, stop.
Roberson will lose a yard.
Rada, Emmerich. And Shacker.
Cavaliers appear to be waiting for that one. It'll be third down and 11 now for the Indians. James comes in. Kirkland goes out. The Indians go with the wide receiver look.
Third down and 11.
Whitaker to the near side. Jones to the right. James, slot receiver to the right. I formation behind Philip Morford. Morford play action, rolling to his right, looking underneath onto James, who has the pass caught. First down, Indians inside the 40, the 30. James with some blocking. James inside the 20 and onto James. First down, Indians inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
On that completion and run down the sideline, Zagadini runs him out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
48 yards to onto James. First and goal, Indians at the 8.
48-yard toss-up.
Pass was only about 5 yards. The other 43 was all James up the sideline.
First and goal, Penn Hills.
Roberson to the 4-yard line.
Way inside the 5-yard line.
Second and goal, Indians from the 4.
Ryan Kovic leads the charge for Blue Shirts. Second and goal from the 4. Gain of 5.
Power eye with Roberson deep. Roberson scrambles ahead, gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Terrell Roberson, another 4 yards, his second touchdown of the game. And the Indians extend their lead now to 13-0 with 3:18 to go. Pampina will come on to try the point after. High snapped, kick up, kick is through. 3:18 to go, first quarter. Penn Hills 14, Kiski nothing. You are watching Indians football on Comcast. Vince Pampina starting it off here at the 40-yard line. We're waiting to get the ball from the officials.
Regular season for the Cavaliers. All of our Cavaliers on their way. Brett Keltnich, 7 o'clock starting back. Support Scholastic Sport. Capino to kick off.
Pampino line drive kick bounces at the 15 to Graham at the 9-yard line. Eludes 1, 2, 3 tacklers, another one. Graham with some foot to speed up across the 50-yard line. Indians will force them out of bounds inside the 40, inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. Toss near side. And the Indians do a nice job. Quan Williams will knock him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Penalty flag, a holding call at the 35. I think for the Indians, even though it was a short loss on the play, you take the penalty, which would be a loss of 12. Knock him back to the 45-yard line. Indians will, in fact, accept the penalty. It's now 1st and 22, Cavaliers. Clock under 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
First and 22 for the Fighting Cavaliers.
Wilson alone setback, slots each way for Cosentino, the quarterback. Graham goes in motion to the left. They fake the toss to him, and the Indians are all over. Cosentino throws to the right side, has the man. Wilson up the sideline, inside the 30, inside the 25. Finally wrapped up by Brandon Ames and others after a pickup down to the 24-yard line. 21 yards for Wilson.
Ball down to the 23-yard line. That's a 21-yard gain.
I think we're going to bring the sticks out to check on this.
It's close to the first down. The measurement. Second and short for the Cavaliers.
Cavs will be short of the first down. Clock should be running. And there it goes. Cosentino with a lot of room up front. See if he takes it himself. No, he won't. He will drop back under pressure. Cosentino will be sacked back at the 37-yard line by Sean Sharkey. 13-yard loss.
For Penn Hills on the corner pressure.
Cosentino didn't see him coming at all.
Making 13.
I was surprised with a three-man front that Cosentino didn't try to take it himself.
Third down.
Pick up the short yardage. Instead, he's sacked for a loss of 13. And it'll be 3rd and about 14 for the Cavaliers. Again, the pressure comes. Cosentino looking over the middle to pass, almost caught.
Pass falls in.
And onto James, comes up limping. It'll bring up a 4th down with 1:38 to go. I think if you're the Cavaliers, leave the offense on the field.
Working long. For the Cavaliers.
Cosentino from the shotgun. Indians with nominal pressure. Jones should just bat it down, and he tried to pick it up. It went off his fingertips, incomplete. Good thing that it did, because the Indians have the ball at the 36 instead of back inside the 15-yard line.
Shot back pass play. Turnover on down. The Indians will take over.
So the Indians have it with 1:31 to go. The ball at their own 36-yard line. They're up by 14. 3 timeouts for each team left. See if the Indians try to do anything here or just try to kill the clock. I think if the Indians, you run the ball. You got Roberson with 169 yards here in the half. See if he can break one. They'll send 4 receivers set, twins each way. Jones and Williams up top. Whitaker and Roberson to the near side. Morford looking that way, looking for Whitaker to pass too far. There's Kadir Perry at the bottom, split to the bottom of the screen. Pass is incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 1:26 to go. Indians with a 2nd down and 10.
2nd down for the Goldbacks.
Five receivers on the field for the Indians. Morford with the pressure. Sides the run, has a lot of room, slides ahead at the 38-yard line, 43-yard line. Pickup of 7. And the Indians will use a timeout. 1:17 to go. First half, Penn Hills 14, Kiski nothing. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. Following a timeout, the Indians with a 3rd and 3. They bring Roberson and Hester back out. Jones this way, Whitaker that way. And the Indians will have Roberson short of the first down after pickup of a yard. See if Kiski uses a timeout. Be 4th and about 2. Clock stopped with 1:09 to go. And the Cavaliers will use a timeout. 1:09 to go, first half. 14-0 Indians. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast.
Both teams will have 2 left.
Fourth and 2 for the Indians.
4th down for the Indians.
See if the Indians do in fact punt. High snap. Morford gets a kick away, and it's a good one. Hits at the 30-yard line. And the Indians will deaden it at the 31 after a short Kiski area bounce. In fact, the officials will give him the 32-yard line. 1:01 to go here in the half. Each team now with 2 timeouts left.
24-yard punt, no return. 1st and 10 Cavaliers. Around the 32-yard line. Minute left. First half.
Argentina from the shotgun. Pressure from behind with Sharkey, and he'll drop for a sack at the 20-yard line. Sean Sharkey with a big sack. His 2nd of the game. And the Cavaliers with a 2nd and 22 back at their own 20-yard line. And the Cavaliers use a timeout. 42 seconds to go. First half, the Indians up by 14. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week, our Cavaliers travel neighboring clubs, the Lady Mustangs, at 7 o'clock. And complete their Eastern Conference schedule. Be there.
Cavaliers following timeout, I suspect will run the football, and they do. Graham Sharkey looks separates it from the football. It's picked up by Hessner inside the 5. Touchdown, Penn Hills.
That fumble was recovered by Penn Hills into the end zone. That was 3. Hester scooping up that fumble.
Hester picked it up and rumbled about 12 yards.
Touchdown, Penn Hills.
And the Indian defense playing inspired football gets the Indians on the board again with 33 seconds to go. Pampina's kick is up and good. 33 seconds to go. Penn Hills 21, Kiski nothing. You are watching Indians football on Comcast. Well, line drive it and fell upon at the 30-yard line.
Nicholas Sherry jumps on the ball at the 30-yard line.
Let's see what Kiski does here.
Make it equals 31. First and 10. Kiski.
Cavaliers 1 timeout left. Let's see if they run a play, if they take a knee. It appears as though they will take a knee. No, they will run the ball. And they don't get very far.
Try stacked up.
Host of Indians, Mike Airgood amongst them. We have Fry for no gain. In fact, he'll lose a yard.
On the spot.
And the Cavaliers appear will let the clock wind down. That's it for the first half. The score, Penn Hills 21, Kiski Area nothing. You are watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. Pampina to kick off to start half number 2 with the score Penn Hills 21, Kiski Area nothing. And Kiski will take this one at the 15-yard line, looking for somewhere to go. Get up across the 30 to the 31.
Crosses the 30 to 32-yard line. Sharkey, number 27. And Frank, number 48. On the stop.
Kiski Area quickly to the line, the ball at their own 31-yard line. Cosentino will throw underneath, has a man, Fisher. He'll be wrapped up and thrown out of bounds by Jaquan Williams.
Run out of bounds by number 51. Ames, Brandon Ames,
And Brandon Ames also on the tackle.
and Williams, number 3.
Looking for my good pen.
Jaquan Williams. It's a gain of 6. Second down and 4.
Pickup of 6 on the play. It'll be second down and 4 for the Cavaliers.
Second down, 4. That's the 37.
Thanks, Bob. Cavaliers look like the throwback screen. They do try to get it underway, but Mike Airgood will bat that one down.
Airgood got a hand on the ball. That'll bring up the 3rd down.
What's that?
3rd and 4.
It is cold up here. Third down and 4, Cavaliers. Across the Indian 35 with the 37-yard line. Richardson to throw, Cosentino to throw. Pass complete. It'll be a first down.
Shane
Blakeman on the tackle, but not until Kiski has a first down in Penn Hills territory at the 48-yard line. 15 yards on the reception. Blakeman almost tags on a face mask call, but the officials didn't see it.
We're into Penn Hills territory at the 48-yard line. First and 10, Kiski.
Fry to the 45, picks up 3.
Mike Airwood on the stop for the Indians.
Mike Airwood coming up to make the stop for the Indians.
Down and 7. Second and 7 for Big Blue.
Cavaliers with a second down and 7. Swing pass left side, caught by Fry, and Sean Sharkey will drop him for a loss of a yard.
Around the 50-yard line after completion. That was Sharkey, Sean Sharkey on first contact. And James Proctor also in on that play.
James Proctor also in.
Check that. Loss of 4. Bring up a 3rd and 11.
Cavs lose 4, third down and 11. Cosentino from the shotgun. Low snap, gets it, looking to his right, has a man wide open inside the 30-yard line. Onto James, misses a tackle, finally wraps it up by the feet, not until he gets down inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Joe Brungo with the reception, almost broke that one. 36 yards, Brungo was wide open. And the Cavs moving quickly downfield, clock under 10 minutes and running.
First and 10, Kiski in the red zone.
Cosentino looking towards the end zone, towards Brungo, and a pass almost intercepted by Corey Jones.
Pass falls incomplete.
Second down and 10, Cavaliers at the 13-yard line. Clock will stop with 9:39 to go. 21-0 Indians. Terrell Roberson a couple of touchdowns in the first half. And the Indians, Tariq Hester, a 12-yard fumble return before the half expired. Indians up 21-0. 9:39 to go here, third quarter. Cavaliers on the opening drive of half number 2.
Check that, it's on 13.
Cosentino under pressure, flushed out of the pocket, moving to his left. Will run and will be brought down from behind by Tariq Hester for no gain.
Hester, stop Constantino. As he scrambles. Maybe a loss of 1. Third down and 11 at the 14-yard line.
Cosentino tries the inside handoff fake, keeps himself, rolls right, and will be dropped at the 10-yard line. Jaquan Williams with the tackle after a pickup of 3.
On the stop for the Indians. That's a gain of 4.
And it'll be fourth down for the Cavaliers. Fourth down and we'll call it 6. Closer to 7. And the Cavaliers will try a field goal of 27 yards. Adam Mitchison as the kick up and through. 8:19 to go, third quarter. Penn Hills 21, Kiski Area 3. Indians, you're watching Indians football on Comcast. Cavaliers, the 27-yard field goal cuts the deficit to 18 now, 21-3 Indians. Indians will get the ball to start half number 2 here for the first time. Short kick falling on at the 27-yard line. That's McQuace Knight. See if Phil Morford comes out to start the second half. He was banged up his knee in half number one. And it appears he will be out there.
First and 10 at the 27 for the Indians.
Indians try to run inside. Aaron Bailey, no gain.
Bailey. That's a short gain. Wrapped up.
Cavaliers have been stuffing the middle of the Indian offensive line.
Also, Christopher Zaccanetti, number 10.
Done a nice job of that since about midway through the first quarter.
Second and 9 for Penn Hills.
Roberson brought down from behind by Graham, close to the first down. Will pick up 9 yards.
Leonard Graham got before he scoops for maybe 8 yards. Very close to the first down.
We'll give Roberson 9. If he's very close to the first yard, the PA announcer says 8 yards. So we're going to call it second down and less than a yard. So a 9-yard pickup. They will measure. So we can zoom in and see how close he is. Be the other side, Bob. To the left. Just short. So 9 yards for Roberson.
Short of the first down. Inches short. Third down for the Indians.
Well, third and that short, you would think that it's a Morford keeper. A lot of room. And they'll keep it on the ground to Hester. Hester will have the first down and more. Hester will go inside the 20. One man a beat from behind. Hester will have a first and goal for the Indians at the 5-yard line.
Hester
59 yards for Tariq Hester. Almost had his second touchdown of the game.
inside the 5.
And the Indians will have a first and goal. Thought Morford would keep it himself, but they went to the dive play with Hester.
First and goal.
Once he got past that line of scrimmage, it looked like they almost had him there. Once he got past it, he was a rumbling. The Indians give it to Hester again. I guess trying to let him finish off what he kind of got started there. Down to the 3 for a pickup of 2.
On the stop. And McLaren. For Kiski. Second and goal. At the 3-yard line.
Roberson well deep in the eye. Jones goes in motion. And it will be Hester left side for a touchdown. The Indians get on the board again.
It is a touchdown for Penn Hills.
Indians up now 27-3 with the point after coming. 5:52 to go here in quarter number 3. Pampina up and through. 5:52 to go, third quarter. Penn Hills 28, Kiski Area 3. You are watching Indians football on Comcast. Gloves. See, I can't wear gloves when I'm on the air. Is that Gula? Peter Gola kicking off for the Indians. Kick high, short, run into a couple of Cavaliers, run into each other. And things getting a little chippy out there. Nothing called. Cavaliers at their own 25. Nice kick by Gola because there was no return. And the Cavaliers at their own 25. Johnson left side for pickup of 3. At this point, let's hope it just stays a running game. I see some Leechburg area Blue Devils in attendance. They're just right up the road. Nothing doing there for Fry. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Trayvon Hester on the tackle, I believe. Excuse me, that's Tariq Hester.
3rd down, 7.
Cosentino from the shotgun takes in a snap, rolls to his right, under pressure, air good, and Sharkey is incomplete. Brungo, the intended receiver, to pass short into the dirt. Being complete will stop the clock, unfortunately, with 4:36 to go in the 3rd. And the punt unit will come on. The Indians up 28-3. Williams again almost blocks this one. The kick will be down by the Cavaliers at the 34-yard line. 4:24 to go, 3rd quarter. Penn Hills 28, Kiski 3. You are watching Indians football on Comcast.
First and 10 for the Indians. They're on the 34-yard line.
Aaron Bailey
Bailey stood up at the line of scrimmage.
for no gain.
Zaccanini.
Maybe a yard.
Potomac also in number 79 and also in the next stop. Close to blue shirts. 2nd and 10.
Roberson, toss, right side, looking for somewhere to go. Cavaliers string it out and will drop Roberson for no gain.
Maybe a short game.
Oh, and 3rd down and 10 for the Indians.
On the stop. Maybe a gain of 1. 3rd and 9. At the 35-yard line.
Roberson on the counter, and the
Roberson, nowhere to go.
Cavaliers are there. We'll drop them for a loss of 4.
Second inning.
Indians appearing to get a case of the second half blues here.
And Billy Emery on the stop.
Go 3 and way out,
That's a loss of 4.
but they keep the clock running. 2:30 to go here in quarter number 3. The punt team comes on.
Brandon Friday for the Cavaliers. Morford the punt for the Indians.
Snap comes in high to Morford. Does a nice job to get the kick away.
Graham,
Graham will take it from Brandon Ames, who is the long snapper.
maybe 5 or 6 yards.
And we'll go down about the 47-yard line. Cavaliers will take over there with 2:06 to go.
Cavaliers first down at their own 47.
Indians up 28-3.
29-yard punt, maybe a 6-yard return. First down, Kiski.
Cavaliers keep it on the ground.
Johnson.
Johnson down to the 35-yard line. Blakeman and Whitaker on the tackle. 18 yards.
He strongs his way inside the 40 to the 35-yard line.
And that's a first down for Kiski, an injured Indian on the field. 1:59 to go, third quarter. Indians up 28-3. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. Tariq Hester, the injured Indian, helped off the field.
First and 10.
Johnson with another big hole into the secondary. Whitaker will bring him down at the 26-yard line for a pickup of 9.
That's a 9-yard
It'll be second down and 1.
on first down. Second and 1. Whitaker on the stop for Penn Hills. Second and 1 from Big Blue.
Johnson looking to get to the outside, cuts it back. We'll have a first down at the 20-yard line.
Close to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a first down. James
First down, Cavaliers.
Hills. First down, Cavaliers.
3 straight runs by Johnson. 31 yards in all. Clock rolling under a minute to go here in quarter number 3. Indians up 28-3.
Johnson again on the carry.
Johnson for no gain.
Line of scrimmage. Air good, standing him up.
They're good in McQuaid's Knight
And number 90, Knight.
on the tackle.
Second and 10 for the big game. Just short of the 20-yard line.
Chris Cosentino is going to keep it himself, but he runs into the arms of Sean Sharkey. Javon Kirkland
Sharkey leading that
will come on to help.
Constantino.
And Cosentino will be dropped back at the 26-yard line for a loss of 6, and that'll be the final play of quarter number 3. After 3, Penn Hills 28, Kiski Area 3. You are watching Indians football on Comcast. Cavaliers to the line to start quarter number 4. They trail by 25. Cosentino from the shotgun takes the high snap, looks to his right, flushed out of the pocket. Sharkey in pursuit, throws the ball downfield, has the man complete. That's Graham will be close to a first down at the 10-yard line. Whitaker and Jones forcing him out of bounds. And that's good enough for a first down, 16 yards.
First down, Kiski.
On a 3rd and 16.
Kiski at the 10.
That'll be, will it be first and goal or first and 10? It looks like it'll be first and goal. Cosentino rolls to his right, throws underneath, has Johnson down to about the 2-yard line.
Joe Brungo on the end of that reception. Inside the 5 at around the 2. Second down for the Big K.
Johnson gets in from 2 yards out, touchdown, Kiski area.
Tim Johnson into the end zone. And the Cavaliers are back on the board.
Coach just said to try the point after. Touchdown coming with 10:48 to go. 53-yard drive for the Cavaliers. Kick is up and through. Penn Hills 28, Kiski 10. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. Mitchison tees it up at his 40-yard line. The Cavaliers now trail by 18 with 10:48 to go. Let's see if they kick it deep. The Indians are looking for an onside kick. They have 10 men up close. And they do, in fact, do the onside kick, and Kiski has it at the 44-yard line.
Cavaliers execute the split kick, recover the ball.
Kadir Perry had it, but was unable to hold on to it, and the ball laid on the ground, and Kiski just fell on it.
44-yard line, first and 10, Kiski.
Johnson looking for somewhere to go. Penalty flag comes in.
Short gain. Johnson on the plunge.
And Mike Airgood is hurt. Check the penalty call. Chop block against the Cavaliers, which is probably why Airgood is on the ground. 10:38 to go, fourth quarter. Penn Hills 28, Kiski area 10. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. Mike Airgood, they were looking at his upper thigh area. Thankfully not the knee area. But I would assume that Airgood was the victim of the chop block, which 15-yard penalty will make it first and 25 for the Cavaliers back to their own 42-yard line.
But now it's first and 25.
Cosentino under pressure. It'll be sacked, loses the football. Fallen on by the Indians at the 20-yard line. Sharkey once again with the tackle. I think it was Proctor that separated him from the football.
Number 99 recovers the fumble.
McQuace Knight recovers the fumble back at the 20-yard line.
And also Kirkland covering, sets the ball at the Kiski 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Penn Hill.
Roberson to the 19.
No game. We're going to keep to that defense.
Be second down and 9.
Second inning.
Clock under 10 minutes in running.
All on stop. Gain of maybe 1. Second down, long 9. Second down for the Indians. Whistles.
This one whistled before it began. False start against the Indians.
Marked off against the Indians.
I think it's 2nd and 14.
Second and 14.
Well, good thing about that, though, the Indians lose 5 yards, they get another play clock to run down. Aaron Bale, excuse me, that's Hester in.
Make it second and 15.
Nice to see Tariq Hester back in action after he was roughed up a little bit. And it will be Hester, the thundering herd off the left side, inside the 10-5, touchdown, Tariq Hester!
With Penn Hills touchdown.
Tariq Hester had nowhere to go up the middle, cut to the left. And the herd rumbled 25 yards, and the Indians score again. Touchdown coming with 8:52 to go. And Pampina misses it off to the left. 8:52 to go, third quarter. The score, Penn Hills 34, Kiski Area 10. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. Platinian up at the 40-yard line. Indians 20 yards in 2 plays. Tariq Hester, the 25-yard run. The Indians up 34-10. Hester's 3rd touchdown. He gets the hat trick. 2 on offense, 1 on defense.
Interval of kickoff for Penn Hills. Brian Grandy.
Goal is kicked to the 17-yard line.
J.B. Wisherman on the return.
And
To the 30-yard line.
Kadir Perry
Anderson Perry.
with the tackle at the 29.
Number 15.
8:46 remaining here in the 4th.
Those are the ball at the Kiski 30. Check that. 29-yard line. 1st and 10.
Graham on the end around. Sharkey, who has had one whale of an evening. Late penalty flag comes in.
By number 27, Sean Sharkey on the corner.
Personal foul against the Cavaliers.
Foul against Kiski.
Go back to the 14-yard line following the penalty. Loss of 1 and a 15-yard penalty, so net loss of 16 on that first down play. It'll be second down. Oh, that should be second down, not first down. Oh, my. Cosentino from the shotgun. High snap into the end zone. He throws it away. Is it a fumble or is it that's going to be a safety because it gone out of the end zone? Indians almost had themselves a touchdown there. Airgood hurt again on the play. Hester come up limping. But Airgood comes up and off the field under his own power. The score now 36-10. I think the officials are going to say, was it an incomplete pass or a safety? We're going to call it an incomplete pass.
It's called an incomplete pass.
Should have been intentional grounding in the end zone.
25.
Fry looking for somewhere to go. Whitaker will drop him at the ball loose on the field. They're going to roll him down at the 16. After a gain of 2. Bring up a fourth down. And the clock will roll under 8 minutes. Juan Williams is coming from that left side of the Indian defense. If they don't get a great snap off, Williams is going to get there. False start against the Cavaliers. A loss of 5. He has been close.
Procedure, Kiski. 5-yard mark off. 4th and long.
Some of the Cavaliers had a man back waiting for Williams. Punt takes an Indian bounce and will go dead at the 35-yard line. 7:42 to go, fourth quarter, Penn Hills 34, Kiski Area 10. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. And still with the first unit in. Blakeman inside the 30. Pushed out of bounds. Extra little tap out of bounds. Nothing called at the 21-yard line. Pick up a 14.
Johnson runs him out.
First down for the Indians.
That's the first down run. 14 yards. Down to the Kiski 21 yard.
Well, the clock stops with 7:35 to go.
First and 10. Timeout, Penn Hills.
And the Indians called timeout. All the clean jerseys are about to come in. 7:35 to go. Fourth quarter, 34-10 Indians. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast.
To play the Mustangs. First and 10 for the white shirts at Kiski 21.
Jalen Little in at quarterback for the Indians.
That's a little at quarterback.
I believe that was Christopher Sawyer with the carry. Excuse me.
Lay on the carry. Gain of 1.
Excuse me, Malik Frank for gain of 1. I think only the parents are left. Little loses the snap, and the Indians fall on it.
From on the exchange. Holloway.
Dante Holloway with the recovery.
Third down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Indians.
Loss of 2.
Clock under 6.5 and running. Frank and Holloway in the backfield for the Indians. Little loses a snap again.
From on the play.
And they'll bring up a 4th down. Little has to get used to those snaps from Swatchik. He gets the ball back quickly.
Little on the recovery. That's another loss of 1. Bring up 4th down and 12.
Got to be ready for that. When them snaps come back hard and fast like that, got to be focused on those. Little holds on to this one, gives it to Holloway. Holloway
Little hands to Holloway, and he's wrapped
will
up
get
by Zabinetti.
up to about the 22-yard line, and Indians will turn it over on downs.
Ball's at the 22.
5:31 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Turned over on downs to the Cavaliers.
Cavaliers will have it at their own 22-yard line.
First and 10, Kiski.
Cosentino rolling to his right, looking for somewhere to go. The Indians are there, and Cosentino has nowhere to go. A penalty flag comes in.
To the 22.
They're going to call a late hit on Andrew Skatina of the Indians.
On the top, on a stop for,
Is that what it is? Oh, illegal substitutions. That was they're calling.
Mark off against Penn Hills. Kiski first down. First and 10.
Cosentino looking up the near sideline, has a man, Brungo, who has the pass caught inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line.
Nice pass from Constantino to Joe Brungo.
Brandon Nelson on the coverage. Nelson was step for step, but gives Brungo the credit.
Down to the 23-yard line. First and 10, Kiski. Timeout, Kiski. That was a 53-yard pass play.
Cavaliers on the timeout, 5:06 to go, 4th quarter, 34-10 Indians. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. Cavaliers 1st and 10, give Fry right side, looking for somewhere to go. Gets down to about the 15-yard line. I'll mark him at the 16 for a gain of 7.
15-yard line. Mario Berry to the open field, making that tackle. Gain of 7. Second and 3.
Second down and a long 3 for the Cavaliers. More importantly, the clock approaching 4.5 to go. Cosentino under pressure from Perry. Looking into the end zone, has a man wide open and unable to hold on to it was Brungo. He was standing there waiting for it, and the pass came in high. Excuse me, it was Fry.
Complete. Intended for Aaron Fry.
Cosentino with a lot of Indians in front of him. Give him a lot of credit for spotting Fry in the end zone, but unable to connect on the pass, and brings up a third down. Johnson up the middle, inside the 5, cuts left, close to the goal line. Indians keep him out at the 2. 13 yards, first and goal for the Cavaliers. Linwood Barron on the tackle. Fry gets into the end zone, touchdown Cavaliers.
Into the end zone. Eric Fry for the 2, touchdown. For the Cavaliers.
Kick is up and good, 3:56 to go, 34-17 Indians. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. Cavaliers now down by 17. Kick this one away, Roberson from the 15-yard line.
Roberson from the 15-yard line.
And hook it out across the 25 to the 29.
A host of blue shirts. For 74, Vansky. Sherrick also in that stop.
Indians put the first unit offense back on the field.
First and 10. Penn Hills. Warford in quarterback.
Blakeman to the 31 for a pickup of 2.
Blakeman on the carry for Penn Hills. Second and 7. To gain a 3.
Blakeman again across the 35 to the 36-yard line. We'll pick up 5. And Indians will have a third down and 3. 2:45 clock running to go here in the game. Indians will be at home Friday night to take on the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Game to decide second and third place in the Quad East Conference. Indians got started quickly. Second play of the game, Roberson, an 83-yard run. He needs up 7-0. They never looked back. They're up 14-0. And then a defensive touchdown just before the half made it 21-0. Cavaliers cut it to 21-3. The Indians made it 28-3. It's 28-10. 34-10, now 34-17.
Crosses the 40-yard line for a first down.
Roberson out to the 41-yard line for pickup of 5. Roberson about 200 yards rushing on the night.
On the tackle, and Zaccarini. First and 10, Penn Hills. Morford and Stu.
Blakeman across the 45 out to the 47.
Check that. That's
Blakeman will pick up 6.
second down and 4.
Under a minute, clock running. Hester twisted in an ugly way after pickup of 1.
Stood up. The line is scrimmaged by Wissman. Zaccarini.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Short gain. Making no gain. 3rd down. 4.
I think the Indians need only take a knee here. And that's what they're going to do. Morford has alerted the officials. And he does indeed take the knee, and the clock will wind down. And that'll do it. Your final score, Penn Hills 34, Kiski Area 17. We recapped just a moment ago. So we got it here quickly. Don't forget tonight's game brought to you by Sembauer Meixel Incorporated. Call them at 241-0195 for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Call Sembauer Meixel, 241-0195. Get those furnaces cleaned and checked now, folks. It's the time of year to do it. Call Sembauer Meixel, 241-0195. And by Mr. Water Heater. Water Heaters, fastest installation, best prices. Call Mr. Water Heater, keeping water hot for over 30 years. Mr. Water Heater. Call them at 1-866-MR-W or see them online at MrWaterHeater.com. Once again, the final score from Vandergrift. Penn Hills 34, Kiski Area 17. Indians at home Friday night to take on the Woodland Hills Wolverines. I'm Bill Navari. Thank you for watching Penn Hills Indians football on Comcast.